You pressed on this video because you want your damage to go from this to this.
Nice.
Well, you're in luck. Whether you just started or are already endgame, this is a step-by-step guide to build the best samurai build in Elden Ring. So here's how. To start, we will choose the samurai character. Who would have thought, right? And we make sure to pick the golden seed as our keepsake. Grab this weird-looking finger and head over to the boss. Let it kill you to reach the tutorial. You can skip the tutorial and head straight for the doors, but I recommend doing it if it is your first time playing. We are finally ready to step out into the world and start this build. First things first, we need to grab Torrent to make travel much faster. We sneak past the angry golden horse and grab this site of grace. Now, we get a horse of our own. Now we will grab the map and an important whetstone blade. Now that the basics are done, we need to get the most important item for every samurai. The sword, obviously. We will be using the Nagakiba for its amazing range and high damage output.
Yeah, boy.
We will need to head to this location for the katana. Once we arrive, we will be greeted by an invader. If you wait long enough, Yura will pull up and help you fight.
Yes! 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 He's an idiot. Yes!
Now, we will show Yura our gratitude by showing him our katana close up.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Once far enough, you will notice Yura can't walk any further. Now you can shoot him with arrows safely until he is defeated. Make sure you keep 2 arrows for later.
Woo! Yeah, baby!
Now we will get the Ash of War that changes the Nagakiba from an ordinary katana to a weapon of mass destruction. To get it, we will go to this location on the map. Now go down the stairs and open the chest. This will teleport you to the Celia Crystal Tunnel. Follow this path to reach the exit. Now follow this exact path to reach the Ash of War. Now is when we will use the 2 arrows we saved from earlier. Well, good thing I had 3. Double slash and Nagakiba go together like bread and butter. It will have you feeling like a Jedi.
Sing, 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 sing.
Next, we will head over to this castle to grab our first incantation. Once here, navigate to the back of the castle to grab it.
Wow, it's very nice.
Flame Grant Me Strength grants you a 20% boost to all physical and fire damage. It also increases your stamina recovery speed by 11.1% for 30 seconds. While in Caelid, we head over to Fort Feroth for 2 different things. Follow this exact route. There are 2 halves to this medallion. It will be very useful in the future. The second reason we came here is to kill this big dragon. If you kill it and quickly sit at a site of grace, you will receive 50,000 runes and the dragon will not despawn. I repeated this process until I had 150,000 runes. Then I allocate my stats like so. Vigor will increase your health and dexterity will increase your damage. You can level them up as you wish. However, it is important to level up faith to 15 and Arcane to 10 so that we can use the required incantations. Remember to equip double slash to the Nagakiba and set its affinity to Keen. Also, make sure to equip your incantation. Now, I will show you how to bypass the first boss to get the second incantation. This is when we will really see the damage start to stack up. And don't worry, we will be coming back for this boss later. Spawn at the gatefront site of Grace and follow my exact path. Grab this golden seed along the way. Make sure to also grab this key, as we will need them in the future. Once at the bottom of this hill, we will hit a 180. We stopped at this cave along the way as it contains the first talisman we need. Follow this exact path to reach the boss fight. Walk around the left as shown to avoid taking poison damage. This mini-boss is pretty tough, so I recommend keeping your distance and using heavy attacks.
I got this!
The Winged Sword Insignia is our first talisman. This talisman boosts your attack power as you land consecutive hits, from 3% to 5% to 10%. This pairs perfectly with our double slash Ash of War. Now we collect the map and get back on task. We also make sure to grab this site of Grace, as it is very important. We get the second half of the map and go to this area. Once you are here, go to this exact location and kill the beetle. There are 3 beetles in this area, so make sure to kill the right one. After putting the beetle to sleep, we receive the Blood Flame Blade incantation. Blood Flame Blade buffs your right-hand weapon with both fire damage and an extended bleed buildup. The final step before our first real boss fight is to get the potion of Wondrous Physic. But first, as we are already in the area, pick up the Dexterity Knot crystal here. Here is the location of the Flask of Wondrous Physic. Now make sure to upgrade all your flasks, equip your crystal tiers, and equip your incantations. Now press this to visit the round table. Speak with this old woman and buy the finger seal. This will allow us to use our incantations. Equip it to your second-hand slot. At this point, you should have already picked up some smithing stones, if not search up where to find them. I was able to level my Nagakiba up to level 9. We are now ready for the boss. Follow this exact route to reach him. This is how you will pop your buffs before the fight. Don't forget to two-hand your weapon once you're done. Thanks to our build, Margit goes down with ease. This build will only get stronger from here. He also gives us a talisman pouch, which is very useful. After that easy win, we start heading to the next boss right away. Follow this path to get there quickly. Once again, we pop our buffs and go in. Although this fight is a little harder, we can still take him down and move on. Now we are entering early to mid-game. We have to complete Varre's questline to unlock the underground area. If you already have unlocked it, skip ahead. If not, here is a full guide, as this area is very important. The first step is speaking with Varre after defeating Godric. Exhaust his dialogue completely and head over to the round table to speak with the woman near the two fingers. Now, we must head back to where we got double slash. Varre will be waiting for us at the church. If you didn't previously do so, get the Sight of Grace shown to save a lot of time during this questline. We will find Varre standing in the front, exhaust his dialogue until he gives you the festering bloody finger. To further progress his questline, we will need to acquire the second half of the medallion that we got at Fort Faroth. Here is where to find it. Grab the golden seed out front and follow this path exactly. Nice. Now we need to grab this key. Grab the key and run away before this dragon eats you for breakfast. Travel to the Academy Gate Town and follow the main path going up. Time to use the key. We use it to traverse these two gates. From here, follow this path exactly. Once at the lift, stand in front of the two statues and hoist the medallion. This will grant us access to a new area of the map. Now we can continue Varre's questline. Follow this exact path to grab some golden seeds along the way. Now let's continue his questline. Now use this portal and continue following me. Now kill these pesky dogs and look for the summon sign on the floor. This enemy is stronger than he looks, so lock in. Now we have to go back to Varre and exhaust his dialogue once again. He gives us a cloth that we will need to bring to this church. Follow this path from the lift to get there. Once you get here, it will kick you off your horse. Now run straight to the church and grab the Sight of Grace as an invader is spawning. And if it kills you, you will have to come all the way back here. Now grab the sacred tear and interact with this woman. Once you get her armor, interact again to soak the cloth in blood. Speak with Varre one last time to complete his questline. He will do something weird to our finger.
Hey, yo!
Then he will give us this important medal. Now we have officially entered mid-game. So buckle up.
Seatbelts, everyone!
And get ready for some rune farming. However, now we have access to a much faster method than before. First, we'll press use on the medal we just acquired. This will send us to Mogwin Palace. Follow my exact route to avoid triggering any accidental fights. This is where the best rune farm in the game is. The only better one requires you to beat the game first. So let me show you how it's done. You will need to stock up on arrows for this farm. Choosing the samurai character already starts us with a bow. We will walk up to this ledge and shoot this unsuspecting bird. He will run off the cliff trying to get us because he's, well, not very smart. This will give us 11,000 runes. Now sit at the site of grace and repeat. Grind out this farm until you are around level 100. Here is how I allocated my stats. Again, vigor and dexterity can be changed as you wish, but do know there is a hard cap after level 60. Now you will have to kill 3 white masked invaders to receive a crucial piece of armor. Follow this exact path to activate all 3 fights. Keep in mind I already killed the first 2 in this recording, but this is still the most optimal path. When you get kicked off your horse, this is your sign to pop your buffs. We take down this Michael Myers wannabe and take their mask. The white mask boosts your attack power by 10% for 20 seconds whenever blood loss occurs nearby. This pairs perfectly with our current build as bleed damage occurs constantly. We will now get started on obtaining our second talisman. We will need to complete Millicent's questline in order to get it. So here's how to complete it. To start, we will head to this location on the map. Once here, we buff up and take this guy down. This will give us the unalloyed gold needle. Bring it to this shack to progress this quest line. After giving him the needle, either close and reopen your game, or teleport back to the site of grace and come back. He will give us the needle back and we must bring it here. Speak with Millicent and exhaust her dialogue. After that, sit at the site of grace and exhaust her dialogue again. This will give us a talisman that boosts dexterity. We can use it for now, but it is not the one we are after. Return to the shack one last time and speak with her here. Now we will have to get her prosthetic arm for her. Before you feel too good about yourself, remember that we will be taking this back later. Her prosthesis is in this castle up here. Spawn at this site of grace to get there. Once at the castle, follow this exact path. Ouch. Now go back to this site of grace and follow me. Head up this hill and talk to Millicent. Now we need to meet her one last time in this area. Follow me to see how to get there. Once we get to the top of this hill, we will summon her. Now would also be a good time to buff up as there is a boss fight. We take out this long weirdo and sit down at the site of grace. Before speaking to Millicent one last time, literally. Exhaust her dialogue and do what has to be done. Millicent's prosthesis permanently increases your dexterity attribute by 5 points while equipped. It also increases attack power with successive attacks. It's effectively our current 2 talismans combined. We equip it alongside the winged sword insignia. Our next stop is fighting Rune, Queen of the Full Moon. However, there will be a mini-boss in our way first. Follow this exact path. Time to show this wolf what we are made of. We do so much damage that it almost feels too easy, and there are still several upgrades that can be made to our build. Now listen carefully to this broken strategy. We immediately hit 2 of the singing children and locate the third. Then we pop our buffs and hit the third. Renala will hit the floor and the footage will speak for itself. Wow, talk about an easy fight. It's not over just yet, though, as she thinks she still has a chance. Let's let her know that she doesn't. Wow, almost fell asleep there. After defeating that Temu wizard, we can go back to the round table to claim a third talisman pouch. We will get started on that third talisman right away by making our way over to the castle. Now we are almost in late game. Follow this path directly as the next area is easy to miss. Now we pop our buffs and get ready for a fight with the Tree Sentinel. Watch out, he isn't very happy that we made fun of him earlier. Once you reach this elevator, follow this path exactly. Now go down the stairs, hop the fence, and drop into this well. This area can be pretty confusing, so slow down the video and follow along as necessary. Now buff up and defeat this smelly guy. I mean, he does live in the sewers after all. Lord of Blood's Exaltation grants a massive 20% increase to attack power for 20 seconds when blood loss occurs anywhere in the vicinity. This is one of the most powerful talismans for bleed builds. We continue on up until we reach this fight with Godfrey. Note that this boss is immune to all status effects, meaning our bleed damage won't do much here. We take him out nonetheless and receive our fourth talisman slot. That fight made us realize it's time for an upgrade. We rune farm until we reach level 150 and attribute our levels like so. I encourage you to upgrade your weapon as you go along. However, if you haven't, now is the time to do so. Now we are ready to continue and fight an old friend. We do even more damage than the first time. And he goes down easy. Now we make our way out of the castle and head for the snow area. Traverse through until you make it to the frozen lake. Here, there is an invisible beetle we need to kill. The Ash of War Seppuku activates bleed by inflicting damage to your character. This is perfect as it will activate all of our blood loss related talismans and armor. Put it on the Uchi Katana and equip it in your second-hand slot. This will allow you to use Seppuku, then switch to the Nagakiba. Now it's time for our third incantation. Follow my path to find it yourself. The Golden Vow incantation increases all damage dealt by 15%, and decreases damage taken by 10%. Now we need to collect 2 halves of a secret medallion. Here's where to find them. Roll into this pot and speak to the old man to receive the first half. Unfortunately, he was gravely injured by accident. I'm sure he'll be all right. The next half will be located at this castle. Follow this path to reach the boss. We do lots of damage to this boss. However, if you are really struggling, here's a method to beat him easily. Go to this location on the map and buy the poison arrows from the merchant. Now teleport back to the castle and follow this path. Take out these enemies and proceed to this location. Once on this wall, fire the poison arrows through the little holes to hit him. Once you are out of arrows, go back into the boss fight. He will be at the same HP as before. Take him out and grab the other half of the medal. Go back to the lift and select Hoist Secret Medallion. Now make your way out. Follow the path until you unlock the map. Follow this route to reach the minor Erd tree. We pop our buffs and take this ugly thing down. This will give us the Thorny Cracked Tear, which we will equip in our Flask of Wondrous Physic. We also ensure to equip Golden Vow and put Seppuku on our Katana. You can stop right here and use this current build, or you can finish Alexander's Questline, which will help to increase our damage even more. To start his questline, start here on the map and go through this portal. Now follow this path. This will teleport us into the Radan boss fight. But don't worry, if you have followed the guide thus far, you are strong enough to take him out easily. Sit at the site of grace and talk to Alexander. Then make your way over to the site of grace. We make quick work of this puny dragon, and go this way to speak with Alexander again. Now we need to fight the fire giant in the snow area. Although he is strong, we still defeat him on our first try. After climbing the chain, we are sent to the crumbling Farum Azulum. Once you reach this site of grace, follow this path to reach a boss fight. We pop our buffs and realize it's a 2v1. We are screwed. Just kidding. Our build absolutely destroys these two losers. Now follow this path to reach Alexander. Now exhaust his dialogue and get ready. The poor guy has no idea what he just walked into. The The Shard of Alexander Talisman boosts weapon skill attack power by 15%. This means when using double slash, we do 15% more damage. Finally, let's recap the build. The Nagakiba with double slash and its affinity set to keen. A finger seal and any weapon with seppuku. The white mask in any armor you want. The Shard of Alexander, Lord of Blood's exaltation. Millicent's prosthesis. And the winged sword insignia. Finally, the flask with the crimson crystal tear and the thorny cracked tear. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it. And comment what you would want to see next.